Okay, welcome back to the one more session on Lean Six Sigma Green Belt, right? We already covered 3 weeks of it. See, in that, what I want to stress again is why we need to learn this particular course, right? See, unless we understand, okay, what I'm going to do here, okay, how I'm going to improve my RCM, since we are in the Gen AI, so you have to know the operational excellence principle. That's the main reason we started this particular course, right? So you will, in this course, you are going to know about the complete theoretical portion of green belt and the practical portion of that. Okay, how I can implement in the project. Okay, that's what we are going to cover in this. Okay, these are all the things we already covered. Okay, we talked about the definition. Okay, what is that? And then what is the history of it? How we are categorizing the Six Sigma level, what is our error rate, what is our percentage. These are all we covered in the previous classes. And we discussed on what is the Sigma level they are in the air flight and the air transport industry, even the railways, in which Sigma level they are in, right? That we covered. Then we discuss about who are all the pioneers, okay, who brought a lot of these activities here. Our goal is we have to reach around 3.4 defects per million. We always talk about the million error in millions. Okay, that's what the Six Sigma is going to work on. And we defined on it, okay, how we are going to reach the customer requirement, right? We'll call that as a VOC, and then how VOC is going to be converted into CTQ. These are all we covered. And history we discussed. And the week 2 session, we discuss about mainly we focused on the VOC part, right? Unless we know what is VOC, we cannot move to the next level. So VOC is very important. That's the voice of the customer, right? Whenever we don't know what is the voice of the customer, we will use the QFD. This we covered. And we plan for the DMAC methodology. Okay, what does it define, measure, analyze, improve, and then control? How we are going to do that? That we discussed on. And what is our goal? It is a mere perfect quality, right? It is, what do you mean by that? It is a 99.9997% of quality is our aim. That's what we are going to reach there. Okay, that's what our plan is. And what we discuss is quality is not a job of quality team, it's a operational, right? Operation should own the quality. And the quality team, what we have is an indicator. Okay, that's not a solution maker, it's an indicator for you, right? And we discuss about manufacturing, how it will work, okay, how it is converted into RCM. These are all we covered, right? And then we discuss about the RTY, okay, how the throughput yield, and then these are all the things we are going to calculate that we discussed on. See, the week 3, what we did, we went back to the mathematical and then Six Sigma, how it is calculated, right? We discuss about the standard deviation and what is a 3.4 DPMO, and we discuss about main key function is UCL and LCL is a very, very important, what we covered last week. You should know and you should remember the UCL and LCL, right? And the customer satisfaction level we covered. And the VOC again, we touched on QFD again, and the balance score sheet we discussed, okay, how we can improve on the balance score sheet of it, right? And here the sustainability, we discuss about the special benefits, okay, it is a long term or a short term, these are all we covered, right? And here we will go through this. Okay, see, for example, whenever there is any process, okay, it has a group of tasks, right? That contains a multiple task need to be combined, and each task need to be add any value creation, right? Without value creation, if you have any steps, that is a waste of energy, right? Waste of value. See, the continuous improvement, what we aim at is when you have a group of tasks. See, for example, I'll take a scenario when you have a charge entry and then there is a rejection, and then you are coming back to the payment posting, and then you are coming back to after the payment posting, we are moving to a AR, and then denial working, and then we are moving to the AR follow. In that scenario, in that general list, okay, what is the step which not going to add value? For example, I am working on rejection, right? Is it a value add? No, right? I'm correcting my error in the second phase. That is going to be a non-value added. So we are going to look into each process and we are going to check it. Is it going to add a value or it is going to add a cost, right? Is it a waste or it is a necessary? That's what we are going to discuss in this particular flow. And mainly we discuss about there is an input and there is an output. From the input, I need output. Okay, in between whatever I am doing, that is called the process, right? See, for example, the doctor is seeing a patient and then we are releasing a claim. When the claim is released is my input. My output should be only the payment. In between whatever you are getting is not a, it's not output at all, right? So yeah, whenever you don't get any output, your problem is go back and then correct the process, right? That's the way we are going to look into this, right? This week we discuss in depth about what is the input, what is the process, and then output. We'll call input as an X and we'll call y output as an Y. Okay, Y is equal to f of X. Output depends only on the input. When your input is clean, okay, you are going to get the output, right? This we went back and then discuss about the detailed analysis of that we discussed, and then management process we covered, and then Six Sigma direction, okay, individual task, and then that individual task is break down into the sub processes. From the sub process it's going to the process, and then it is going to the business system of it, right? So this week what we are going to cover here is, see, the process control, right? See, what do you mean by process control? See, in the process, if you ask me, there are, what you are doing in between your input and output is called a process, right? See how I'm going to control the process. There are a lot of process methodology based on the manufacturing or based on the service industry. We have a different business processes. See, what do you mean by business processes here? As we discussed earlier, group of tasks result a specific service or a product to the customer, right? See, for example, we'll take RCM. I'm doing a lot of activity to bring the specific result. What is my result? It is a revenue, right? I'm trying to bring the revenue to the client. Whatever I'm doing in between is called my process, right? So it is a business process is a fundamental of a company's performance, right? If your process is very strong and if it is very robust, that means what, you're going to get the revenue at a faster rate, right? Understanding and optimizing the business process is a major criteria of your Six Sigma. See, what here we are going to do, we know input, we know output, right? In between, what is happening, how I'm going to improve my process using this methodology, Six Sigma or Lean or Kaizen, okay, whatever may be the process flow, how I'm going to improve on it. And business system, what is business system? The group of business process that combine to form a single identifiable unit of the business. Say, for example, in the same RCM, I have a business system. What it mean? I have a billing team, I have a payment posting team, and I have a denial team if you have. Otherwise, I have a AR team, right? These are all the different business process I have. And then based on that, I'm taking to the next level. See, all this contained process operates smoothly without any disturbance. If it is going to operate smoothly, you are going to get your output. Otherwise, it will become a challenge for you, right? Six Sigma directs business system with the processes, products, and service, right? So Six Sigma, we can ask that if you go to any of the Six Sigma courses, they will say that Six Sigma is only for the manufacturing process. Okay, it will not suit for your medical billing. That's what you may hear from many of the consultant who is in the top in the Six Sigma industry, right? So we went back and then discussed with them. No, medical billing is not entirely different scenario, but it is a part of that. So we mentioned that it is also come under the business process improvement, which needs Six Sigma, right? That's the way it is also come under operational excellence, what I'm going to improve on, right? So when you have a different process and when you have a different business system, our major problem is the feedback loop is a bigger challenge, right? See, what do you mean by feedback loop? The AR, sorry, the AR team identifies there is a denial, right? They will work individually when they want to solve the denial, they want to work on the denial, fight with the insurance company, fix it, and then they want to run. Okay. For example, if a claim is denied for a coding, okay, so how we are identifying coding denial? Whenever the coders are saying that modifier need to be appended, first we'll give it to AR, right? And the AR team will go and then check it. This particular claim, there is a modifier is missing. What we'll do, we will send it to coding team, and then coding team work on that particular claim and then send it. That's all. Is it the process? No, right? Whenever I'm getting an error, where it should go to your original coder who is coding this particular claim, and that modifier need to be added, right? This is called the feedback loop. See, our feedback loop is not going to the process start initiation level. What our feedback level? who need to work on. Am I fix my problem or not? So it is a halfway through. We are not considering we are not having the complete process control, but we want to close this particular claim. That's what we are interested. That's what I'm trying to say. It is the feedback loop is very, very important to identify and then improve the business process, right? See, our problem in the RCM, we are working in two different zone, right? One AR team is working in a different time zone, and the billing team is working in the different time zone. How I'm going to get the feedback loop? Okay, how I'm going to bring it to the person who's creating the problem? That is the gap which we need to work on. And process redesign. See, for example, if I identify there is something is going wrong, I need to fix it, right? See, for example, we'll take a scenario for 99 series code, okay, with any of the other codes, it need to be built with 25. Everyone know about it, right? Why it is getting mixed in the coding team? Did they don't know? They are missing somewhere, right? Somewhat from their end. So what is my checkpoint? How I am going to stop it? Do I need to wait till AR gets started, or I have to do that checkpoint after the coding is completed or before the billing is done? That's called the feedback mechanism, right? So the feedback mechanism is very, very important in your process control, right? So what is the green belt responsibility, right? That is very important, right? We should know what is my responsibility after becoming a green belt. See, work on the less complex challenge. See, I completed my green belt. Okay, give all the complex. No, we are going to work only on the less complex challenges. If a complex is more, I am not going to take it. I need only the less complex challenge. I'll make it very clear, right? And the project management. You are responsible for your project management, and you are responsible for the task management, and you are responsible for the team management. This is what green belt's responsibility. If it is more complex process, you are not equipped, right? It should go to the next level. Either it should go to the BB or it should go to the MBB level, right? They can fix on it. Now, what we are trying to do as my responsibility, I know what is my thing. Okay, the project management, as we discussed, okay, lesser complex and then nearly identical to those to a black belt. See, I can work near to the black belt, but I'm not a black belt guy, right? I'll give a context, okay, why I'm not comparing myself with a black belt. And here the project management, in that what I'm going to do, project scope, establishing the goals, and then timeline, milestone. This is my area in the project management. And the task leading to the implementation of Six Sigma tools, right? You should know what all the Six Sigma tools are available, how I can use it, on what scenarios, and managing the team meeting and then tracking what they are doing and reporting the team's progress. And team management, you know very well how many people you are going to engage in this particular project and how we are going to connect with them, managing the team's goal, right? And how I'm going to complete this project. This is in general what is the green belt's recommendation. In this point, I want to highlight again, your Six Sigma tool, you should be very, very strong in the green belt. If it is white or yellow, we don't worry about this. Since you are going to get the green belt certification, you should know 100% how to use your Six Sigma tools. That's what I'm talking again and again. You will have a theoretical session on that particular one, and you are going to do the projects on using the Six Sigma tools. Okay, right. See, now, what is the project management? See, you as a green belt guy, you should be able to identify a project and you should define the project scope. Okay, what is my project? See, I cannot solve the entire problem below the rainbow, right? I have a specific problem which I took it and then I want to resolve. So you have to define your project scope and setting the project goals and reporting to the stakeholder and execute. This is very, very important. Whenever you do any project in your organization, please make sure that your entire leadership team, your manager and above should know about it, what you are doing, right? And unless you discuss with them, this is what the project I'm going to do, you are not going to get a support, right? So make sure that your project is visible to them, get up blessings from them mainly, right? And then start. See, why we are saying here is, see, if you are going to do this green belt project by your own interest, right? It is not from the office. If it is from the office, it is from the organization. You see that I'm going to start my project. Okay, I'm going to improve. Okay, if you go back that way, it's not going to be successful. That's what we are trying to say. Okay, these reporting to the stakeholders and executives are very, very important. You make sure that everyone know about your project, everyone understand what is your project scope and what your goals are, what is your scopes are, right? And DMAC application, okay, you are going to apply, okay, all this DMAC principles, DMAC tools, we are going to use it. And resource mobilization. See, for example, you want to do the project, you need additional people or you want some help. How I am asking you to combine the team. The same way you can get the resource from your organization and then you can start this project and identify the opportunity. For example, when you are doing this project, okay, you can identify what is the project opportunity within that organization, how it can be tasked. Okay, you can train your team, you can talk to the team and then align them. This is coming under your project management. Coming to the task management, establish the lean Six Sigma roadmap. Okay, the task, I'm going to reach this particular goal. For that, what is my tool I'm going to use or what is the roadmap I'm going to follow, and implementation of the Six Sigma tool. And it's not like a general project, okay, I can do whatever I want. No, we are going to use only through the Six Sigma tools. Okay, and what I'm going to do in the initial phase. Okay, for example, I create a project charter which is going to talk about what is my all the project we discussed, right? This is going to talk about all this role. What is my project scope? What is my goal? What I'm going to achieve? And we should know what is our CPOC, and we know what is gauge and R&R. These are all I'll cover in the coming topics. And throughout the project, okay, what are all the things I'm going to do? And DMAC tools, okay, for the problem solving. Okay, tracking and reporting. This is very important in Six Sigma. We are not going with the word of mouth, right? We are going always with a data point. What I started, when I finishing it, what is my tracking, how it is moving on. Everything is very, very important. Everything is data based. Okay, no storytelling. Everything is a data oriented. And coming to the team management, select the team appropriately. Okay, the team characteristics, team formation, that all we are going to cover, and how to train the team. Okay, training plan and the prevention costs, and then team knowledge, and then stakeholders involvement. Okay, this is a general. For example, you are going to start any bigger project in the organization. All these principles are applied. Okay, you have to go in this order. Right. So how a Six Sigma methodology is going to start? As I told you, this only based on the statistical basis. Okay. See, for example, if you come back and say that I'm going to start this project, in that scenario, what we are trying to say here is you have to go back and then get the permission. Okay, what I'm going to do here, right? What is the statistical behind it? I have to show that this is my current situation. Can I start my project? Everything decided by the statistical basis. So you have to get the data, prepare this. Okay, that is the first point. And there is a DPMO benchmark, right? That's what we are discussing. Okay, defects per million opportunity. Currently where I am and how I am going to move there. And a performance hierarchy. Okay, in that we will identify what is the relationship between various sigma level and then corresponding to the DPMO rate, how I'm going to target the level reduction of the defects, how I'm going to do that. These are all the part Six Sigma level. Always Six Sigma go with the DPMO, okay, and with the statistical rules. This we already covered. See, for example, you are identified you are in the 2 Sigma level and you want to improve on that. See, for example, 69% is your result and you want to reach it to 99.99. You have to start the Six Sigma process level where I am and then where I have to go, right? And this what we discuss on UCL and then LCL we discuss, right? This is the upper control limit and this is the lower control limit and this is the mean. This is a central point. From the central point, this is a decided, this is a VOC. From the VOC, how far I can go in the both the sides, right? This is what your UCL and LCL, we will call this as a binomial chart or a bell curve chart, right? So this is what is our focus as we discussed in the first session itself. 3.4, 99.99976% of quality is our target. Okay, how I'm going to reach there? Okay, and second thing, can I touch it today? It will go to 99.99. No, it's not going to be, right? So what we are discussing here? My input is not going to change. My output is not going to change. Whatever I'm doing within the process level, how I'm going to improve my process. See, process standard deviation should be minimized. right? What I mean by standard deviation from the mean, when it is going to 1 sigma, this is my variance, standard deviation. How I can reduce this? That's what our target is, right? And second one, the DPMO or parts of million, we are going to follow. And financial and competitive advantage, as we know very well, there is a lot of cost saving when you moved into the Six Sigma level quality. The poor quality costs will go. You need not do a rework again and again and again, and your profitability will automatically will increase. And you will get a lot of client reference for saying that you have a good system, and they can refer. Yeah, automatically you work to the other their friends, right? Their circle. The business expansion need this kind of Six Sigma level, right? And alignment with the customer requirements. Always we'll talk about the customer requirement. Is the customer need this? If yes, then how I'm going to reach it? Okay, we'll define what is a critical to quality, and then based on the critical to quality, how I'm going to reduce my error and then reach it to their level. See, as I told you, there is a limit, right? There is a limit and then specification I'm fixed. What is my max and what is my min? That is a UCL and LCL. I'll make sure that it is not crossing that particular border. Okay, that's what we are going to discuss. See, as we discussed, the total quality management. Okay, these are all some of the terminologies, okay, which we are going to cover here. Okay, this is Six Sigma level. What are all the terminologies we are going to use? See, if you look into the TQM and then the value stream, these are all very important terms. TQM, usually if you go to any of the manufacturing industry, they will announce that it's a TQM manufacturing company, total quality management. Every process is getting stabilized, right? Their error, their defects are getting reduced. And the value stream is nothing but what are all the process I have, how I'm going to look into that. Okay, this is called the value stream. And Six Sigma, we have a organizational goal, and we have a critical to quality and tolerance and then specified limit and process capability. So how much I can produce? If, for example, I have 5 people, my target is only 40. If a company is expecting 1,000 claims per day with 4 people, that's not possible. No? My process capability, what I need to understand, and process stability. Is it I'm maintaining the stability consistently? And what is my cost of quality? Okay, for a quality team, how much I'm spending to identify this particular error? What is defects? What is the UCL and LCL? See, in the complete Six Sigma course, you will get this UCL, LCL frequently and regularly. All right, and DMAC methodology and DFSS and continuous improvement, Kaizen, and then control chart. Right? These are all the things which we are discussed today. These are all very important terms. Okay, this is what we covered for today's session.